We got a bunch of fucking vampires out there trying to get in here and suck our fucking blood. And that's it, plain and simple. And I don't want to hear anything about I don't believe in vampires. Because I don't fucking believe in vampires, but I believe in my own two eyes, and what I saw is fucking vampire.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Frankenstein's podcast, where it's all about the monster. We're a creature feature podcast about monsters and why we love them. I'm Joe Praska, and with me, as always, is
your other host, Khalid Hussein.
I didn't even say host; I just said my name. So
I know.
Other host.
I have a habit.
It's just
I have
your
a
go-to.
way of going about it by this point. I can't change it. Just like I'm not as casual as you, Joe.
Fair enough. I like to keep it cash, as the kids say, cash. Yeah. How's it going?
It's going good, man. I'm chilling. I'm not chilling. I'm the opposite of chilling.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I haven't brought it up before, but I'm preparing for a fundraiser for an indie film that plugging it. It is honestly just there's no other way to do this segment without talking about it. If you're asking how I've been. But I say all that to say we have a cool fundraiser this Wednesday night, which will be the 29th of March. Should come out a day after this posts.
I don't know. I think so. I can't remember. I can't do dates. But either way, well, I think if it's the same as the other one you've had before, right? Like the recorded one, like it's people can still go see it afterwards.
Or
is it live?
I think it's just going to be live. I know that we're going to have
all right.
I don't know that we planned on recording it. If we do, we will share the link to it. Yeah, but I say all that to say I've been prepping for that all week, and it's been both fun and mad stressful, but I'm super excited because me and my friends have put together a really fun show, and I'm excited for everybody to see it and to see everybody.
I'm excited for you, too.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
How are things with you?
Things are... let me tell you, Khalid. Have you heard of a nose Frida before?
A what?
A nose Frida?
No.
Yeah, so when you have little babies and children at home, they don't know how to blow their nose when they're sick. You have to use this thing called a nose Frida, where you stick it into their nostril and suck out the
air
snot.
sucker thing.
Yeah. So we spent the evening, Weifenstein and friend of the podcast, Nicole, and I spent the evening doing that with our little ones. So that's fun.
Wow. Talk about spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning. Anyway, Khalid, it is spring. We clean. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we have a guest. Graceful. I want to bring in our guest. We got our a great guest today, Ricky Rosario, who's a filmmaker and, dare I say, cinephile. I'm going to take a guess at that one. Originally out of New Jersey and now out of Los Angeles. Welcome, Ricky.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you guys for having me, man.
Welcome, man. It's good to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thank you. You guys had me cracking up before, though, by the way.
I'm glad.
Because Khalid, he's chill, but I know he's going through it right now.
Yep.
But I will say he's been a great host. 10 for 10, 10 out of 10.
This is a much needed break. It was so fun having you here to watch the movie and just hang out right beforehand. This is like really just set the nice conversational mood.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Ricky, I hope I didn't overstep myself by calling you a cinephile. You're a movie fan, right?
No, absolutely, 100%.
Good. I think we all are. Most people who listen to this podcast are.
Yeah.
As a new
Midwest thing I've ever heard, Joe.
I am from Midwest. I got to live it up.
It's funny to me because he's from Jersey. So I think this might be the first time he's ever been apologized to for being accused of being a cinephile.
Yeah. Like, sorry, did you? I'm like, no, it's all right, man. I love movies. All right.
You got to get used to it. I apologize for things, I guess.
This is a real culture clash here.
I apologize for apologizing.
Hey, I do it too, man. I get it. I get yelled at all the time about it.
All right. We can relate there. Since you're a new guest, Ricky, I got a couple questions for you that we have all our new guests answer. Are you feeling ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Awesome. So first question, in all of pop culture, whether that be books, TV, movies, what have you, what's your favorite monster? And if it's not the same, what would you consider the scariest or creature?
Favorite monster. It would be, I would say King Kong.
I love that. Okay.
Nice, classic.
King Kong. Yeah, man. Just being able to just wreak through havoc. And people think you're cute too,
Yeah, he's definitely more cuter than the other kaiju out there.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, would you consider King Kong the scariest too?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him the scariest. No.
That's fair. If you're not near him, you're fine.
Yeah, right.
I mean, like,
yeah, exactly.
He doesn't really hold grudges like that.
No.
It's never personal with him.
It is never personal.
I mean, yeah. I mean, conceptually, King Kong could be scary. Like if you're there.
Yeah, exactly. But like to what Khalid said, like if you're close to him, yes. But if you're far, you're like, you know what? It can't get to me.
Yeah.
Just on the news, yeah.
Yeah, on the news, right? Yeah, like.
Yeah.
But from afar, I think it's fine. That's why I'm like, he's not the scariest. You can get away from him eventually.
That's
I know
fair.
he could be fast too. I know he could be fast and he can push through anything.
Unless he's chasing you specifically.
Yeah.
You're probably like, okay.
Yeah, you're totally fine. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's kind of got a conscience too.
So
yeah, see, right? Like he wants to be, he wants to say,
yeah.
Girl, blah, blah,
so what's the monster like you don't rock with? Like what's the one that just like
don't rock with? A monster I don't
like the last thing you'd want to see in the middle of the night.
Okay. I'm gonna say Chupacabra.
Oh yeah,
Chupacabra. That's a good one.
Growing up, that was a thing, man. That was like, you were scared. People make T-shirts and shit, or like selling T-shirts off of Chupacabra. It was really funny. Now that I think back on it,
like to raise awareness.
No, just to make money.
To raise awareness.
No, people in the hood just to make money. Just
like it's a popular thing.
It was but it was also like that's scary. But it was like this idea of like there is this idea that there's this monster or whatever. But at a young age, you don't know that it's not real, right? So that people are just like, it's just a made up thing. What are you talking about? As a child, that's what you think. And I saw Netflix is coming out with a show or something like that with it.
I was just going to ask you about that. If you heard of that, it's called Chupa, right? Just Chupa, which translates to something weird, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like, that's when like, hey man, you guys need diverse voices,
right?
Make certain decisions because
you have to be like actively trying in LA to not have a Spanish speaking person in your boardroom.
Yeah, well, like that's example number one because. Yeah, that's the title now doesn't translate. So, but yeah, Chupacabra. I would be like that was something I definitely was afraid of back in the day.
That's a great answer.
Yeah,
we should find a Chupacabra movie, and we'll have you back on for that.
That's probably
when does Chupa drop, bro?
we'll do that one.
When does Chupa drop?
I know you got to save Ricky. Where's your Chupa countdown?
Oh man, that's great.
Question number 2 for you. What would you say is like on your geek card? Like, what do you think you are most geeky about?
I am most geeky about. That's actually a very good question. Because I'm like, there's a few things I would say, and it varies because like it could be sports. Like I love basketball, but like I don't know. I would say I really love basketball movies. I'm gonna stick to the basketball thing, and I love basketball movies. Yeah, and it's funny because just sitting here in Khalid's room and seeing all these DVDs, like one of my favorite movies is He Got Game. Yeah, Spike Lee.
That's a good one.
So, and there's a couple other like basketball movies that are like called classics if you're like a fan of basketball. And even just like if you like movies, like Marlon Wayans is in one. Like I don't know if you ever seen Above the Rim with Tupac.
Wait, Marlon Wayans.
I've seen that one.
Isn't he in The Sixth Man too?
Yeah. But that's like later on.
Oh, I've never seen Above the Rim, but that's cool.
But yeah, Tupac is in it. Yeah. Like it's a bunch of great people. But yeah, I think I geek out about basketball movies. I would also say I geek out about photography. Like I love photography.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So
finance.
yes,
You're a
finance
big
as well.
finance
Yeah,
geek.
yeah. I geek out about finance. I do. Yeah, I studied finance in college, so that's something else that I'm always big on financial literacy and making sure people know the value of money. That's it. Just the value of money. Not to
Whoa,
need
whoa,
it,
whoa.
but
Hold up, money has value.
Just a bit.
Paper.
Save this. You gotta save this for the paywall. You can't be giving this out for free. Joe, delete that.
Delete that. All right. Oh man,
that's funny. But yeah, I definitely would say that. I definitely geek out about finances, financial literacy. Just because, like, yeah, man, it's I feel like the world doesn't have to be that hard, and the ones that have figured it out, you can see the difference, and it's just like real disciplined decision making when it comes to finances.
Mm-hmm. I kind of get that. My wife Nicole, who's been on the podcast a bunch, is also she's like the finance person in our household. She likes like spreadsheets and all that. Like we have like filled in cells that have like things. So we like, it's supposed to be easy. I still like can't always figure it out, but it's supposed to be easy.
I know. It's just I think it's a time thing. It's a compounding of time.
Yeah,
we're not taught early enough to like really dive into that mindset.
Mm-hmm. You find it like later in life. Like,
exactly.
Unfortunately, it's like I wish I would have figured this out like years ago.
Like no, I bet you a 15-year-old would be very interested to learn that he could probably 10 times his money if he was just smart.
Right.
At 15, and his 35-year-old self is going to thank him for that later on in life.
Financial literacy is a lot like learning like a new language. Like the earlier you are to come to it, like the easier it is to like really understand the more complex concepts.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's crazy because everything we interact with is all part of that world, right? Like our phones, our laptops, the technology we're using right now is all like publicly traded companies. Like it's just like that. It's like like we're just kind of feeding into the monster, but there's a way for like the monster to like kind of feed you back.
Ooh, that's a transition, Joe.
That is pretty good. I like that. Speaking of monsters, right?
I wrote down money has value. You should get the transitions thing.
I should. Yeah.
Hey guys.
All right. I suppose we should. Khalid, before one quick thing though, before we get into the monster stuff, I do want to ask you, Ricky, because just like to give some context to some listeners, I wanted to mention your film Abuela's Luck, which is phenomenal. And so I did some research just like before, like I tried to research a little bit, I guess, but so it was one of the 10 best short films by U.S. Latino directors in 2018, as well as the best movie seen at the 2018 HBO's New York Latino Film Festival. That's fucking dope, by the way.
Thank you.
Could you just tell us, like, tell listeners like who might not be familiar with the film, like a little bit about it and like where they could find it?
Yeah, for sure. Abuela's Luck was a short film that we made in 2018. It was my baby back then. It was a homage to my grandmother and my family and just my culture, Dominican culture, Latino culture. It's based in a bodega, and it deals with scratch offs. A lot of our community loves those scratch offs, those lottery scratch offs. Binditos, as they call it. It was my first attempt at like writing my own thing. Got it crowdfunded with friends and family. So it was definitely quite a journey. And then after going through all the film festivals, it got picked up by HBO from 2019 to 2021. And yeah, man, now I have it. I just released it onto YouTube. So it's out for people to see it. Just follow me on YouTube, subscribe. It's at Yo Rick, just like my Instagram and stuff like that. But I have it up there now, and yeah, man, I'm trying to make the feature out of it as well. So that's
awesome.
Yeah, I'm writing that bad boy, so chipping away at that.
That's so cool. Yeah, we'll definitely link all of that in our show notes too. So anyone listening want to check that out, like go check our notes. And so that is awesome. Highly recommended. Thanks for sharing, Ricky, by the way.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Goes without saying, but I also recommend it. It's an amazing short film, and I can't wait to see the feature.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Khalid, will you tell us what fantastic film we're talking about?
Oh, Joe.
Our guests love it. Our guests always love it.
You bring this evil to our doorstep.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
It was such a pleasant conversation.
Oh.
You know what? For the sake of time, Joe, Today we are talking about the 1996 horror thriller from Dusk Till Dawn, directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by Quentin Tarantino. I've got a synopsis from our homeboy Google, and it goes something like this. On the run from a bank robbery that left several police officers dead, Seth Gecko and his paranoid loose cannon brother Richard hightail it to the Mexican border. Kidnapping preacher Jacob Fuller and his kids, the criminals sneak across the border in the family's RV and hole up in a topless bar. Unfortunately, the bar also happens to be home base for a gang of vampires, and the brothers and their hostages have to fight their way out. That was a lot. But this movie's a lot.
This movie is a lot.
Yeah.
What a monster.
They're creatures of the abstract that live off potential energy.
It's alive!
Good synopsis. Good synopsis. Did you guys know this is Quentin Tarantino's first paid writing gig?
I did not.
No
know
kidding.
He got $1,500 for it.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, so let's get into some initial thoughts. Ricky, since you're the guest, what did you think of this movie?
It is quite the adventure. When you think it's ending, it is not. But it's actually like not a bad thing. You're kind of like, okay, all right. I mean, sure, okay. We're not finishing right now. We're not. No, okay. We're gonna keep going. We're going. So, but no, it was definitely very fun. Quentin Tarantino, his character was so creepy, and oh my god. But I didn't know it was his first paid gig, but I love to. It was funny to like see the story and be like, oh, the guy that wrote this is in it, and he's like probably just wrote this so he could live this out in a weird freaking way, like
The Salma Hayek foot scene.
yeah, like
I think of the same thing.
like, but yeah, all of that. I was just like, I don't know, a little weird, but but a very fun movie.
Very fun. Khalid, what do you think?
Oh man, I have a very like long relationship with this movie. I distinctly remember seeing some of it as a kid, and it being one of the few movies that terrified me to the point that I just stopped watching it. I eventually came back to it, and I've grown to love how zany it is, but this might be the first time in like my entire life where like I've seen it beginning to end. It's usually the kind of movie that's like
same.
it was like on TNT all the time or something.
Exactly, all the time.
Which is wild when you consider the content
Yeah.
of the first half, not even the vampire stuff.
Yeah, just the
It is
first
some
half.
deeply upsetting content to just have on at like 3 p.m. on basic cable.
Do you remember what they edited? Like, I mean, they edited a lot down in this movie, so it was a lot shorter on cable. But do you remember, like, they couldn't show Titty Twister on because I watched it on cable too, and it was Kitty Twister.
Kitty Twister.
Yeah, that's the cable version. Yeah,
worse to me. That suggests something
funny.
Worse to me.
right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Kitty Twister. Again, have diverse voices, guys.
There was one woman in the room.
Yeah.
She might have shed light on that.
Yeah, she was exactly.
Even a 12-year-old, you know, diversity is not always what we think. Sometimes it's just getting a 12-year-old in the room. Keep you up on the sleigh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. But anyways, the movie I really enjoyed it this time around. Obviously we'll get into it as far as the stuff that we probably were all just like unanimously uncomfortable by.
Yeah.
We touched on some of it, but outside of that, just like the kind of story they're telling and the fact that they're so like audacious as to like essentially like jump genres and like I guess it was a second act, but like near the end of the second act to jump genres like that and to just do this like fantasy horror for the rest of the runtime is so fun to watch. And you know, it's like these like crazy auteurs like Tarantino and Rodriguez just having the time of their lives with a guy like George Clooney right at the time that they could still realistically get him for some bullshit like
For some bullshit like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's still just like, ooh, that sounds fun, as opposed to like, I need millions of dollars and this needs to raise my profile so I can ask for more next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe, what did you think of this movie?
Oh, I have a similar relationship to as you do. Like I watched it way too young and way too often, probably on cable. But I do enjoy it. I had forgotten much of the beginning, like the first act, like the kind of crime thriller element of it. Like I don't remember much of it, but uh, that was interesting to revisit. The bait and switch that the movie kind of does, like you were saying, with like the shift in genres completely, is just so much fun. Like it's so cool to just know that they were like, I don't know. I don't know what it was like in '96, but like luring some people in who wanted to come to a crime movie and then be like, oh, there's vampires now.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah. Like
I really appreciate that element of it. And it's a fun movie. Like it's so dumb. Like and I love in the moment when the vampires come and like George Clooney's giving that little speech after they've like fought vampires. They're like, I don't believe in vampires, but we know it's vampires. Like, let's just move on from that. Like, let's just go. You know, like, yeah, it's a great speech because it's like, all right, let's just like skip the like the not believing thing. Like, let's just move on and like, yeah. It's so good for a movie like this. Like, you just need to kind of keep the ball rolling, and so, but it's so fun. Like, it's fun to see some of the actors kind of playing not quite to type. Like George Clooney's like as a leading man, like playing kind of like a bastard was kind of fun. And I liked Harvey Keitel as the pastor, like this guy who like wouldn't swear, who's usually like the gangster, like the wolf in Pulp Fiction or something like that. Like he was great. I thought he did phenomenal.
The accent could have used some more.
Fair, but like I think he did a good job.
The accent was that was hard to get through at times.
Yeah, fair enough. But the thing is, like, the interesting thing about the first half of it for me is like knowing this is Quentin Tarantino's like first paid gig. Like you see the seeds of some of the dialogue that's like considered so great from like his later films, but like there's a lot of stuff there that's just like not polished, you know? I'm watching him like, oh, okay, I don't know about that line. I don't know about that line, but like,
well, you're watching it and it's like,
yeah.
He's doing Tarantino's doing Joss Whedon.
Yeah, yes, he's and even with the vampire transitions, like the way that their faces transform. Like I was thinking, like that's Buffy lore right there. You know,
dude. The whole time we were watching it, Ricky's just like, I really want to go watch Buffy.
That's literally all I kept saying. I was like, yeah, I really want to go watch Buffy now. Like just for shits and giggles. Like let me go revisit that. That was like the movie,
same universe.
Just like same universe. Like I want to like revisit all that.
No, it definitely is like and that's the thing is like that's why nobody will ever point to this as like a sign of like Tarantino genius. It's a good, solid, campy, fun movie. He did the assignment, but like it doesn't have the hallmarks of like the Tarantino we love. Which I wonder if a lot of that comes down to like the Dusk Till Dawn that we would have got if Tarantino was directing it would have looked nothing like this.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
You know, there would have been like a stylisticness to it that I think he would have probably fundamentally changed the script just to like catch up with his directing, which I always think has been like the strongest element to Tarantino, or at least the thing he's been evolving on the most.
But you know, I think a lot of people forget that too, that it isn't Tarantino's like film, right? That he didn't direct it. It's Robert Rodriguez. And I think people forget that, but going back to your point where maybe that's, you know, the campiness of it or whatever, you know, it shows more because it's a Robert Rodriguez film and like he's kind of known for that stuff, like a mariachi, like, you know, you see all that, you know, you see all those elements and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
In this type of film. So
I guess we kind of touched on it, or you touched on it, Joe, but like we got to talk about the Clooney of it all, because like the movie really, he is our anchor through the whole thing. You know, he's there from the very beginning to the end. You know, Juliette Lewis really steps up.
She does
in the third act, but up until then, it's literally our protagonist is Clooney as he deals with like his brother making things even harder as they try to make like an escape everywhere, and dealing with the family, and that scene with Harvey Keitel and like trying to like connect with him before just dropping the front. And it's such a fascinating character for this guy that usually plays the good guy. What did you think about all that? We can start with you, Joe.
I mean, I loved it. I think that he did a really good job. I think that he still like comes off as kind of the good guy, like he's a sympathetic villain. Like especially like the scene that really stands out, and again, Nicole and I watched this last night, and we were talking about this scene is like after what's his name, Richie, or Tarantino's character, like kills the hostage and rapes the hostage, and like George Clooney's just like sheer horror to that sequence, and like coming at his brother with this like conflicted emotions of like, this is awful, but you're my brother, so I love you. Is this my fault? Like blah blah blah. That was like a really good showcase of like him coming in as an actor, like not just being this one note character. And I think he did a really, really good job with it, playing like different elements. Like he played that really well. Like he's the moral compass in that moment. But then you come to the bar later on and you see him like getting all agitated because that guy like put his hands on him, like ready to fight and kill that guy, like just because it's like, oh, he threatened me. So he plays these different elements of this character so well. Like, I don't know. Like, I think he brought a lot to the role that maybe somebody else would not have. And so it's enjoyable to see him there, I think, overall. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, it definitely was fun to see him in that role. I think whenever you see George Clooney in like in a fun having role and not so serious, it's always great. Like in everything he does that's like more comedic, I always feel like it's his best work, to be honest. Like, to be honest, like it's just like his best stuff, because
he's a good comedic actor, actually.
Yeah, his timing's really
Burn
fun.
After Reading.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Just thinking that.
Exactly. So I think going back to what you're saying, Joe, like it does make him more sympathetic, like, or sympathetic. He is already a sympathetic character, but you feel sympathetic to his situation because he's dealing with this fucking recluse brother that he doesn't know what to do with, and and like you feel for him because he's just trying to just get the hell out. Like he just got out of jail. Happy got out. He's not trying to kill anybody. He just wants to get the fuck out and go to freedom.
I think there's something to be said about the fact that they created like such a scary character with the Quentin Tarantino character that the vampires don't ever really top that.
That's so true.
I don't know how else to say it. Like, I would rather deal with a night full of like vampires in a bar trying to kill me than have to be like alone with this guy. Because like at least the vampires are like a clear objective.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on in this guy's head, and they do such a good job of executing that with that scene with the Juliette Lewis where like she's clearly not saying anything, but he's imagining her saying these things to him.
Yeah.
And then, retroactively, all the stuff he's saying about like when he's like suspicious of these people, you think he's just lying just to get them killed, and it's like, oh, he might actually believe that, which is way more terrifying, because that's the scariest type of person, like a person who already has no qualms killing you in his head, like having justifiable scenarios to do it in. Where like you don't, if you're trying to pacify that, how do you do it?
And they do a great job of like just dropping hints of that, right? Like in the very beginning with the intro scene, help us. He didn't say that. The guy did not say that.
I looked over at Ricky and I was like, he didn't say anything, right? Like, he admitted that to himself.
Like that was nuts, man. And then even with with the hostage, it was the same thing, right? He was like, oh, she was acting a certain way. I don't think she probably wasn't.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. She probably wasn't. Definitely not. So
I felt so bad when he asked her to come sit by him on the bed.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You knew it, like you just knew where it was going. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable, like so tense. Like the construction of that, all that. It's like, oh God.
I mean, that's the one thing I will say about Tarantino's writing is that like he gets criminals like well. I think that there's a thing, and it might just be coming off like I just saw the newest John Wick, and the whole point of those movies is like to create like this fantasy world where like you're a criminal, but you follow basically the law, at least like the criminal law.
The criminal
and
law.
You wear fancy suits, and it's all about like following the rules and like decorum, and it's like it's our way as like non-criminals to try and put control to something that we have no idea about. And like Tarantino's like, no, they're racist idiots. Like usually they will just do whatever is like convenient in the moment, and like people die all the time for dumb reasons. And this movie's a really good example of that. Yeah.
Dying for dumb reasons.
There's also the idea of like degrees of evil, he tries to show like how we as a society always put like a premium on people like Quentin Tarantino needing to be stopped, and it's like, well, obviously like there are people like Clooney who like we probably think of as like the ideal criminal who at least has like rules in their head that they follow, but it's like, no, he is enabling his brother along the way. Like they did a body count on the news and it was like 16 people dead, and it's like like the Quentin Tarantinos of the world only get around because the other criminals don't actually care about that. They just want to harness it. So it was a fascinating like little like character study through that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
This movie gave me a lot to think about, clearly.
Yeah. It's also interesting to see like when they were interviewing like the I don't know like the FBI agent or whatever, like they see that there were so many like bureau agents killed, so many rangers killed, so many cops killed, and then like 2 civilians. Like, is it safe to say the bureau's taking this seriously?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's safe to say that. Like they wouldn't officially say that, but that's so perfectly true, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course they're like it's more important because it's their people.
Sure. And I
Yeah.
and I do like that like the chase of it all really never involves law enforcement.
No, yeah.
It's just like the stakes that the movie sets so that we understand why things have to move quickly.
Yeah. Like we never really see like the cops almost get that.
Yeah, we get that. We get one of 3 Cheech Marin appearances.
Yeah.
3. Yes, 3.
Oh,
It's the
lost
closest,
my mind.
It's the dude. Cheech Marin might be the MVP of this movie. I know we've been talking praises. We've been heaping praises on Clooney, but Cheech Marin had 3 out of 3 amazing characters.
I mean, and again, goes back to the campiness. Like it's him.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's him.
Even they're not hiding it.
Yeah, they're not hiding it. It's him. And I think that's what like brings like again just a huge like fun aspect to this film where it's like, oh yeah, they don't care, and it's fine because he does a great job in each one. It's like, who cares?
It just yeah, you're right. I think Cheech does a good job every time with his characters of like really setting expectations for the movie that the movie delivers on.
Yeah. Like the whole pussy chant thing that he was saying that was hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm assuming that's your favorite iteration of Cheech.
No. Well,
is it the pussy monologue?
No, it wasn't. I just thought that was funny. I think the last one.
The last one's your favorite?
The last one was my favorite. So like dumbfounded. I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean they went like?
Oh, what are they like psychos or something?"
Psychos do not combust when exposed to rays of sunlight.
Yeah,
such a great line.
Yeah.
Very Tarantino doing Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
like,
that was good.
But the fact that like. I love that he takes it a step further and eventually Cheech in that scene understands what happened.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, okay, so what do you want to do now?
Yeah. So like, I can't take it back. Sorry, I told you about the spot, but
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Just thought it was a good beat, yo. When that whole reveal, I could probably see people getting upset at that. Like, damn, this is the point. This is like the whole movie. I feel like, but if you appreciate that, and as you should, because it's just such a funny like detail,
right?
It's like it just brings again going back like people dying off of stupid decisions. Like
this is crime for you. The dumbest stuff happens. You invite this fugitive to this bar that you're gonna pick him up from in the morning, and it turns out it's a vampire bar.
Yeah,
Turns out the same things that would attract criminals to a bar are the same things that like vampires would use to hunt you.
Exactly. Who would have thought that?
And the reveal that it's like a Mayan temple or something.
Yeah.
That was so
I forgot about that.
It's a great matte painting too. Like classic matte painting. It's so cool. I love those.
It was very, very campy and like of course, sure, yeah. If you just like turn your head around the corner before going in, you would see that it's just like a giant temple.
A giant temple. Yeah. Yeah, even like in the second half, it's like it just kept going. That's what I was saying. I was like, oh, it's not done. It's not done. It's not like
I'll be honest, the first half is always the one that I'm more interested in just because they kind of
opposite hard.
You like all the monster stuff?
Oh yeah, way better. I love that shit way more.
Vampire hunters too quickly, and I know they explain it with like.
That's what I think they should do.
They're softer.
It was perfect. No, they needed They needed that. That was the best. That's the best element. It's like the movie changes genres so quickly on the viewer, and the characters are like, okay, we're now in a new movie, so how are we gonna adapt as quickly as possible? And they do it perfectly. I think that was the best. I like that. Second half better.
I like it too. It's
official stance.
Okay.
Is that official stance?
You clearly feel strongly about this, Joe.
I do.
I don't plan on changing your mind, but I will stay my side.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's that like they become expert monster hunters too quickly.
Yeah, do it all
as soon as the black guy is just hucking strippers on each table leg with precision, like it's just like. It just turned on you. Just like you're telling me you're just always ready to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Khalid, like you and I, monster podcasters are though, right? Like if fangs just happen, we're like, okay, stakes. Yeah, let's do it. Right?
I'm gonna be honest. If everything that happens is preceded by Selma Hayek doing that dance,
That's true. That you're taken aback.
I'm a dead man.
I'm a dead
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Fair
is
enough.
the perfect honey trap. I don't
Okay,
know.
so
I don't know what you want from me. I'm only a man.
I do want to give I have some trivia about Selma Hayek because she was a huge standout in this movie. Literally,
Yes.
she so her dance scene. I don't know how much trivia you guys looked up, but like she in real life has a fear of snakes.
Oh,
No
wow.
way. Wow.
And had to go, she actually said that she didn't want to do it, but then Robert Rodriguez had mentioned that the next choice was Madonna, and she's like, I don't want Madonna in this role, so I'm gonna take it.
Wow.
And so she ended up going through therapy and basically it sounds like hypnotizing herself or meditating to the point where she could handle it. And the other part of it is the dance that she did was not choreographed in any way. They just said, here's the music, move to it so it's authentic. Wow. And that's so that she did that all herself.
That's crazy.
It's insane, but awesome.
Yeah, no, she did a great job. She definitely, it wasn't what you expected. We were kind of like, this is not like a strip club. It's like a burlesque. Like, what,
yeah. The thing is, it's a little too classy for that joint.
Yeah,
you don't expect something so highbrow at a place called the Titty Pussy.
Exactly.
Should have been a big red flag right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely a crowd pleaser though.
Yeah, great dance.
I mean,
for sure.
You got to think that's actually the vampires are nicer than the criminals because they at least give you the greatest burlesque dance you'll ever see before brutally murdering you. You don't get any of that with Clooney and Tarantino.
Oh, wow. The other thing that I thought.
Well, you go.
It's a really easy would you rather of which way you're going to go.
True. When we were watching this movie last night, again, Nicole and I, we were noticing that it's very silly. The second half is very, very silly. And the disparity of how long it takes different people to change into vampires.
Yes.
One of them took seconds. One of them took a couple minutes, and Harvey Keitel took an hour, right? So Nicole, we talked about this, and she actually had a headcanon for this, which I thought was kind of fun. And she talked about it's maybe because they really lean into oh, you're a godly man, and this actually means something to be but she said maybe there's a level of piety that each character has that is relative to how fast that they would change. And so the one guy who had this monologue about how many Vietnamese people he killed in Vietnam, when they're sleeping, changed in seconds. Tom Savini, who's probably not a great guy, but didn't murder a bunch of people. It took him several minutes. Yeah. And then of course, Jacob, it took an hour, right?
That's interesting.
I like that.
I like that better, but I think my headcanon as I was watching it was they were doing a location of bite.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too.
In relation to how quickly it affects your central nervous system. So the sociopath vet, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was an insane scene. It was hilarious.
Okay, just to set a quick aside, his monologue, how serious it was for a second, but then we cut around. It just looks so dumb when he's doing the motions silently.
So we lost our minds.
Good.
That whole thing was.
And that's the last thing a lot of people heard before they died, if you think about it. A lot of stuff goes to shit right after that.
And that's Fred Williamson, former Oakland Raiders and Kansas City Chiefs football star, by the way.
Nice.
I love that they got somebody who very much had a Shaft vibe for this.
Yeah, it was great.
I felt very represented in that scenario.
Of course.
I won't elaborate.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting, Clee. Go ahead.
But yeah, I had it in the sense that because he got bit in the face, he turned immediately because it's right next to his brain versus the other two guys were bit basically in the same part of the arm.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that makes sense too.
I thought it might be a blood reaching you kind of thing.
Okay.
The corruptibility of the soul, I think, is a lot more in line with this anything goes type of movie that we got, where the rules are very elastic.
Yeah. I guess even Tarantino took a minute, right?
Tarantino took forever.
Yeah, he took a little while. That's true. He's not. I guess he's not pious, but he died, and then came back.
Yeah,
I think we're doing way more work than the movie did.
We are. That's true.
Let's be real, guys.
Should we monster it up, by the way, now that we're talking about the monsters?
Let's monster.
All right. So what I got from like my own notes watching the movie, I actually didn't find a whole lot of like great, like just doing like some research, like I didn't find a whole lot of great like information about the behind the scenes, but I did get some good stuff. So like there are like rat and bat like vampires. There's Selma Hayek as Santanico Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Snake-like demon monster. She's awesome. There's a rat-like monster that Tom Savini turns into. So those are like the main monstery kind of creature effects, and so we see those through. There is CGI. There's like that kind of like photorealistic like morphing that we talked about in our Golden Child episode. But there's prosthetics. There's lots of prosthetics. There's full-on bodysuits. There's makeup. There's like molding of like skulls to kind of create stuff on top of the head. So there's a lot of cool like effects work. And so ultimately, I don't know how much a lot of people know about this, but this movie was conceived by Robert Kurtzman, who is one of 3 people who founded the K&B VFX company for like visual effects. And it's now something else, and Kurtzman's doing other things. But he was originally going to direct and make this movie, but ultimately found Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez to do it, because the movie itself was just to be a showcase of the things that K&B was capable of. And so Quentin Tarantino ultimately did the project in exchange for K&B doing the ear removal scene in Reservoir Dogs.
Wow.
So it's kind of like so they did the effects work there because of that. So this movie was meant to be just like, this is what we can do. Check it out. Like, so there's a cool, I'll put this in the show notes. There's a YouTube video, like this behind the scenes featurette of like how they were able to do some of the effects work, like of like the stakes in the chest. Like they had dummies on the tables, and the actors like heads and like just top halves of their body like there, and they would like stab it through and make it look like realistic. They also had like IV tubes like in people's arms and up their necks, where like off scenes they would like pump in like syringes of like fake blood. So if like you bit into it, like the blood would come splurting out. And they had like all this crazy like cool like techniques to like make this like gore and like all this practical stuff happen. They also use green blood for the vampires to like fully avoid the NC-17 rating, apparently, and I guess that's what
that
did
was.
Yeah, that's why they did it. That's the only reason.
Wow, I was like, I noticed it was green blood, so they did that. They did that so they could stay rated R.
I guess
exactly. Yeah,
there's a lot of blood.
Yeah, there's
lots of blood.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they really pivoted with that well, though, because the reveal of the knife, right when you're like something.
It's a cool scene.
Yeah, they really incorporated it well.
One of the interesting things too is like the budget of it. Like, so they're able to like play around with like VFX as a company, really, like just in a low budget, but because of that they are only able to make 6 full body vampire suits for the climax. You know, that part where they see all like the vampire like bat like creature coming at them. They only made 6 of them, so they actually had to play around with like editing. And so Robert Rodriguez like was able to use like dummies that were made for like shots like where the vampires are being killed. We're able to like cardboard cutouts they used. They used like editing tricks to make it seem like there was like hundreds of them there, you know, like, so realistically the actors were all like responding to just 6 all in all, which is interesting to think about, right?
That's insane.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool like thing to think about. Like when I was looking, I was like, how can you see like 6 distinct like creatures there, and like copy paste, you know?
Yeah. And also credit to the editing and the sound editing, you know? Like, also, like livens it up, you know? Just like there's only 6 people, but you couldn't even tell.
I know.
The sounds and all the, you know, so that's really crazy.
They did a lot of really cool work with like the monster, like, so that's part of the reason I love the monster stuff so much, like just like knowing the work and like knowing that was kind of the showcase of the movie and what they were really trying to put out. They did the cool thing, just like as just like a respect for like VFX workers, like I mentioned Tom Savini. Like Tom Savini is like a prolific VFX worker who plays Sex Machine, or cock gun guy.
Cock gun guy.
He's great. Like he's actually he apparently knows how to use a whip in real life. That's a thing he just
that's why he had one.
Yeah, he just does that.
That's
but aside from him, like we had makeup artist Greg Nicotero, who cameos. He's like the biker who like Sex Machine swipes the beer from. And that guy is a VFX where he now like, or more recently, he's like the head dude who did The Walking Dead for like the effects
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And then Howard Berger was another like vampire. He's like the makeup supervisor of this movie. He was the vampire that bites sex machines. So they like had VFX workers like all part of like the cast and the crew and like on film
That's
too.
awesome.
So like the whole thing is like just like this love letter to like VFX workers, and I think that's a really a cool element of it.
That's really dope. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Real quick, guys, what do you think Harvey Keitel meant when he asked everybody if they've ever read a real book on vampires?
Like Time and Life.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Ken Burns vampires. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's great.
That was a fun conversation overall. Like, if we're just like throwing ideas of like what they think could kill vampires too. Like that felt like the most realistic element. Like they're talking about silver so much. Like, anyone actually have silver? No. Then why are we talking about it?
Shout out to Julia Lewis. Like,
Yes.
I've been watching Yellow Jackets because that just came back, and she has had such a great like character actor career. And she, like, even that young, you really start to see like the mischief that she leans into more in her characters as she gets older, and like really harnesses that like talent that she has. You see all of like that raw energy here.
No, she was great in this too, man. Yeah, I was just laughing because I was like, damn, man, she just has kind of like, there's so much emotion with almost no emotion with her, like her facial reactions. I'm like, you still feel so much for her, but she doesn't really change much.
Well, it's like she has to split the time with like her family and then everything else going on. So I think they do a lot with a little for her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I'm glad that they didn't end it with her going with him. That would have been
really weird. Yeah, and I don't know, weird. Yeah, I mean, there's already that weird like undertone of, you know, Quinn's character, women. So I get that. Yeah, it could have been.
He threatened to let him loose on her. That would have been insane if she left with him. So I'm glad that the movie at least had that much restraint when it usually didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it came where I was like, all right, guys, we're sorry that we've kind of like put you through this fucking hellhole.
Yeah, you've had enough.
She's gonna be fine.
She's gonna go get some therapy. And hopefully work through all this like Selma Hayek did the snake.
I think my favorite like Juliette Lewis moment is when she's like when they're all going around like staking the dead bodies.
Oh yeah,
and she's like nervous to do it, and she like can't do it until the guy wakes up, and then she like totally stakes him, and then like everyone looks over, and she just like gives this like "we're okay" symbol, you know, like that was just like a fun, like I'm good, I got it,
I did it, yeah. That was
it's so heartbreaking.
She was a great
when she had to kill her brother.
Oh god, that was hard. That was heartbreaking.
But hey, his dad had a whole like 5-minute conversation in the bunker. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do, man. Like, you're either ready for that very inevitable scenario or you die.
You die. Yeah, exactly. Like, just do it. Just fucking do it.
I can only have so much sympathy here.
Just fucking do it.
But you know, that's what happens when you're flirting with disaster.
Do you guys have any relationship to the sequels of this movie at all?
I have not. No.
I feel like doing this podcast, we'd be like remiss if we didn't at least mention
for sure
that there's a franchise here. So I have seen 2 and 3 a long time ago. I haven't rewatched it. Did not rewatch for this. Didn't want to. 2 is a kind of a rehash of 1 in a sense with Robert Patrick, which is kind of fun, but otherwise it's like everyone's just so much less likable. Just a gang of criminals who come upon the bar. And then 3 is a Western with I don't remember, like one of the actors in it who's like not as famous at the time is the guy who does Boba Fett. What's his name? I'm forgetting it now.
The guy who played Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I don't actually know his name.
In the new show, New Zealand actor. I feel bad that I'm Tamura Morrison. That's it.
Oh yeah.
He's in the third one, but it's like a Western, like 100 some years before the first movie's based. So it's like yeah, so like the origin. So it's kind of a cool concept, but also not very good either. But there is a show that came out. I don't know if you guys heard about. There's a From Dusk Till Dawn series that kind of reimagines the first movie and then kind of continues. And I haven't seen that, but that kind of seems cool. Like, I don't know any of the actors in it, but they do have the effects workers are all back. Like the effects from the people, like I think Robert Kurtzman's involved in this one.
Nice.
And so like there's like cool monsters. And the interesting thing I read about the series is they dive way more into the mythology. So like the idea of like why some are like bat vampires and like Selma Hayek's like a snake vampire. And they like dig into like Mesoamerican like mythology and lore and like kind of bring that into it a little bit more other than that just like tease of like the pyramid kind of thing. So I think that the show, for somebody who might be like, I like the idea of this, but I'd like it to be more like interesting and rich and deep, that might be something that you might go into. I haven't seen it. I don't know where you can really watch it at this point, but it sounds like a cool idea at least.
Yeah, I saw that they had a show. I never seen the sequels or anything like that. I would just love to see like how this plays.
I just never heard anything about the sequels. Like nobody even like not even bad things. I just heard nothing about them.
They're not. They're direct to video.
Which it's unfortunate because there is an Evil Dead like element to all of this. That like, you know, there's a fun way to expand this world.
The one thing that is consistent about all three of the movies, at least, is fuck. What now? I forget his name. Machete. What's his name? The actor.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. That's it. Yeah, he is in all three of the movies. Reprising his role. Yeah, so he's in all of them. And shout out to Danny Trejo. He's also great.
He's great in this too.
So much fun.
Believe to see him so young. I was like, damn,
right?
In this,
short hair too, kind of.
Yeah.
And so shout out to Robert Rodriguez. Like, I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of his work. I haven't seen it all or anything, but I've always been charmed by him. Obviously, there's Machete, which he like made a huge splash with. Famously, they made like principal photography for under $10,000. He donated blood to make it, and he's like, I think what I really appreciate about him, maybe more than like his like specifically his craft or sensibilities, is just like his story. Like there's very much just like a hardworking, like salt of the earth, like nature to his work that I've always been like, I guess very I'm in admiration of it. I couldn't figure out how to use that word.
No,
you did
for sure.
Thank you.
No, I read the book too, man, years ago when I first moved to LA, funny enough. And it was just like, just the thought of like, okay, yeah, he was just like, I want to make this. How can I make it? That's how I'm going to make it. Cool. Done and done, you know, and on to the next thing. And, you know, I feel like obviously now with everything with technology and everything like that, it's changed a lot. But I think just the feather, like and the spirit to just be like, I'm gonna fucking do this however I need to do it is something, like you said, very admirable to see. And even though people may not, there's a slew of people that love his movies, and then there's people that are like, yeah, maybe I've seen them, I don't know. But at the end of the day, he's doing the thing, which is wanted to just make fun movies.
Favorite Robert Rodriguez movie? Spy Kids.
I was gonna say Spy Kids.
It's funny, like it's Spy Kids.
They have two other Spy Kids that he did.
There's several Spy Kids, aren't there?
Well, I think he only directed the first three, maybe.
I'm sure he's involved with like all
he's producer of all of them, and then there's obviously Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yep.
I mean,
cinematic universe.
Yeah, if you want to do a deep cut.
Yeah, right. I mean, Mariachi's always fun, man.
Mariachi's great,
and that's like obviously when you after reading the book and then seeing the movie, you're like, holy shit, like this is.
Oh, it's a book.
So there's a book called Rebel Without a Crew, and he talks about that whole experience of like donating the blood and like putting the movie together on his own, doing his own sound, doing his own like all that shit. And it was just like kind of just scraping by with whatever you can to put this idea, into motion.
Wow, launched his career.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just like that's
El Mariachi for you.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. And again, same thing with you. Like I haven't seen a lot of his movies, and I'm sure I have, but
Well, he did that Grindhouse with Tarantino, where his
was, Planet Terror. Planet Terror is kind of fun.
That's a real. We should probably do that one day.
We could do that one. Yeah, he did Sin City.
Sin City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sin City's a good one. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He actually did do all the Spy Kids, all four of them. He directed them. I'm looking.
Oh, he did. Wow. Good. Wow.
Yeah.
Sin City's fun. Sin City's fun.
Let's see what else. Oh, you know what, Khalid? We've done him on the pod already.
What are we doing?
He directed The Faculty.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
That is a good one.
Like vampire, right? It was like
no, they're like
aliens,
yeah. But it's like a vampire motif.
That's what
I'm saying. Humans turning,
yeah.
I will say it's no Spy Kids.
It's no Spy Kids.
Even with Usher.
With Usher, can't do it. No Spy Kids.
He did also direct 7 episodes of From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. So they got a whole crew back. It looks like so that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Man. So I gotta check it out. Maybe I should check it out.
Yeah, and I mean he's got the whole El Rey network, so he's like
Khalid, I do got to circle back though real quick and just go back to like the Usher of it all and say, speaking of Usher, Khalid,
Sure. Wow.
Would you fight or would you flirt with the monsters in this film?
I have been thinking really hard about this one.
I'm glad.
It's a 2-part answer. I would flirt with Salma Hayek's vampire.
Of course.
Because she actually laid out a pretty good option for Clooney where he gets to be like her like dog.
Yeah, sex slave or something like that.
Something, you know? That sounds great. That sounds not bad.
Not bad.
considering you're not really in a position to bargain.
Yeah.
Like
dude, that or death.
There are way worse options.
Yeah.
So I would flirt with her. And you know, worst case scenario, it sounds like even if I do turn into a vampire, like I'll probably die really easily. So, and that leads me to my second part answer. I would fight the rest of them because they make it very clear in the movie that like you have a good shot if you fight them.
Yeah. Apparently,
they're kind of
they
like
have soft skin.
Yeah, they have very soft skin.
They're
comically light, like either that or George Clooney just has the strongest quads in Hollywood.
I don't just flip people.
Like, he like launches one of those vampires across the room. So
that's so funny.
I would fight the rest of them just on that alone. Like, especially once you get to the bunker full of weapons, like crates full of weapons.
Yeah,
it
like,
just
good.
turns into a video game for a second. You just break open every box. Like, there's health in some. There's a weapon. There's a stronger weapon. So they're really set up like to the point where like it's embarrassing if you don't fight.
Yeah, it's embarrassing if you don't fight.
Yeah. And so I would flirt with Salma Hayek and really give that a shot. The whole slave thing. Does not sound great.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe.
Wow. Immediately recognizing that didn't sound great. Anyways.
Oh God. Yeah.
I would do that, or I would fight the rest of the vampires.
Oh my God. Took me a second to catch up there, Khalid.
No, me too. Like as I said it, I was like, that doesn't sound
when you said it out loud. Oh boy.
At first thought, it does sound really good.
Yeah. Anyways.
But,
I assume it's somewhat the same for you, or would you just fight them all?
Yeah, I mean, you laid out your case very, very well. I think that it's hard to disagree with you. It's also hard to disagree with the movie that makes just fighting most of the vampires so much fun looking, like with the super soaker, like the shotgun cross thing. Like you're just like having, like have fun with. I guess like that's just have fun with weapons, right? Like
it's a 4-quadrant.
That's a scenario where you can do that.
It's a 4-quadrant like slaughter fest.
Yeah,
like, something for everyone. You know, children like 3 to fucking 12, and 18 to 30 for like 55.
It was the water balloons, right?
Weren't they like condoms or something?
It's just Home Alone style like shenanigans happening in one corner, and then in another corner, the worst criminal you've ever met is like fighting for his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to disagree with your reasoning, Khalid. I think it's sound, and you can't disagree with the Salma Hayek bit. She is just like something else in this movie, you know.
The chandelier move, I think that's too much for me. Like I've gone shooting once or twice, I can't hit that target.
Nope, no way.
With someone standing over my chest, no.
She's stepping on me. I'm like, I guess I'm out. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, you got me.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, Salma Hayek, you win.
Oh my God, so funny.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun. I suppose just for sake of time, folks, we should move to our final segment of the show. We have Ricky, I guess I didn't tell you about this one, but we have one last segment real quick where we call it's called What the Fandom, where we go around and share just like one thing that we're kind of like into at the moment that may or may not have anything to do with the movie we watched or even really monsters. It's just like something like, if we were watching this or reading this or listening to this, check it out. So I'll let you go last. I always forget to tell the guest this, so I'll let you go last, Ricky. Khalid, I'll start with you. What the fandom with you?
Thanks for asking, Joe. My What the Fandom this week, I'm going to keep in line with like the scary horror of this movie and recommend Amazon's new series Swarm. It was created by Janine Neighbors and Donald Glover. And it is a really fascinating show. It's the kind of thing where I watched all the episodes and I was like, yeah, I have to watch it again. I can't really like come down one way or another on like a fully thought out opinion yet, just because it gave me so much to think about. And I'm sure in the binge of it all, I missed something. So I want to go back and really kind of luxuriate it in again, but I think it's strong enough on the first watch to recommend for others to check it out and really come to your own conclusions. I will say I love how they really analyze like this aspect of like being a Black woman. And this is something the creators have talked about, where it's like you never really see like Black women like serial killers, you not in media at least, and it's usually like the kind of thing that is granted to white male characters typically. So to see like these like acts of brutality and to see these impulses like kind of like drawn out and empathized with in a Black female character it's just revolutionary by virtue of the fact that it's not a common occurrence, and just for that reason alone it's such a like worthwhile examination. And yeah, obviously it's really just rattling around in my head. I keep trying to come up with more to say, but all I can come back to is like, I gotta watch it again. I know the answers are there already. So yeah, that all being said, check out Swarm, guys. It's worthwhile.
Nice
Indeed. I've heard good things.
Same.
Yeah.
I've heard good things too, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. And Joe, what the fandom with you?
Well, thank you for asking, Khalid. My fandom this week, I actually today, which is for those of you listening, is like a Saturday. It's March 25th. This will come out later. But I just got back earlier from a advanced screening of the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. I got to write a review for Twin Cities Geeks, so I saw it and I really, really enjoyed it. Like I've been playing D&D with a group of friends since like I want to say 2018, late 2018, maybe 29. Yeah, late 2018. And coming off of that, like I'm not like steep, like not like an 80s person who's like steeped in the mythology and lore of the game, but like having played it for like several years and just like gotten into that like world, like coming to the movie was just like a whole lot of fun. But like on top of that, like as just like a genre fan, it's got a lot to bring to the table. Like it doesn't take itself too seriously. I feel like there's a little bit of an element of a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe to it that I think the trailers are really playing up, but I don't feel like it's to the point where it's like a copy and paste of a Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it's doing its own thing. It's just kind of like got that vibe of like that band of misfits, those bands of like people who don't quite fit in, like coming together to do something that's like greater than themselves. And like that also just fits with the whole like Dungeons and Dragons like role-playing vibe, like where you're like your group of friends coming together to like do this mission or do this like I don't know, like the quest or something, and you guys are like, like you're just like random people. So like the quips that you make as at a table, or like the jokes that you make, or the like the decisions that you do, or like the natural fails that you roll, or like the critical fails or nat 20s that you roll, or something like that. Like that, like you, like I in my head, I'm like seeing that play out. Like, okay, that was a fail, or like that was a success, like as a roll or something from the character. So it's just really fun to watch. They like brought some of the monsters to life really cool. They brought some of the races really to life really cool. Like there was actually some cool like prosthetics, some cool makeup in it, like for like this is a little behind the curtain thing, but Clete and I, we saw like the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie Quantumania a while ago, and it's jarring to see how much green screen they have on constantly. And like in this movie, like there was some great like location shooting, there was some great practical effects, and like it's just so refreshing to see that in a big budget blockbuster movie. So I really enjoyed it. So my fandom this week is go check out the Dungeons and Dragons movie. I know it's like coming up against another couple big films, so go see it. I'd love to see more of those.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I said awesome twice. I know other words, guys. I promise.
A few, just only a few.
I am so awesome at speaking, guys. I won't even defend. Anyways, thank you, Joe, for sharing that. That sounds like a great movie.
How about Ricky?
I'm excited.
What's the fandom with you, Ricky?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on the movie tip, because I just saw Scream last night.
Ooh.
And I, going on to the fandom franchise thing that we've been kind of talking about all day. It was fun, man. It was great. My girlfriend, she's a huge fan. She's she's like loved all the movies ever, so she kind of had her like, oh my god, they dropped all these Easter eggs, blah blah blah. And I haven't watched all the films like that, but what I truly enjoyed about this one was that finally it felt like, all right, cool, they're in a big city now. It's no longer the like suburbs of whatever or just like a campus or something like that. It's like, no, it feels more like, all right, they're like living quote unquote a real life, right? They're in New York City, they're in like, they're making it happen or whatever. But it was cool to see kind of the movie be showcased in what could be a real world in New York City, or like the Halloween portion of it is like people wearing the Scream mask, and it's like that's actually like a thing. So it was kind of scary to see that in a way, right? Like, oh shit, no, this is kind of like every Halloween. There's like a bunch of people wearing this mask, and but a lot of the killings were fun. Like there were a lot of fun moments in it. Still some questionable killings or not killings. That's always
no spoilers, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
So there's a couple of those where you're like, fine, sure. For the sake of this story.
That's part of the fun of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, fine.
Yeah.
And then, the like Khalid and I were kind of talking about it before. Like the reveals are always so hard to like really love or be like, I kind of knew it, but kind of didn't want to think it was going to be that, but fine. Sure,
yeah. You usually just go, sure.
Yeah, sure.
By that point, because like they've really milked the who could it be of it all.
Yeah.
It was you and you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Got it. Yeah. But no, it was really fun. I caught myself laughing a lot. I think Jenna Ortega was great. Melissa was the other girl too. I think she was good too. I love the whole, the themes of like family trauma, right? Like these girls can't live normal lives because their father was a serial, right? Their father started this whole thing or whatever. So,
right.
I think that whole theme and message of just like, just generationally, like us trying to like change the path of our family and our legacy and what we deal with, right? Because these girls are getting chased at all the time now. Like they technically cannot live anywhere because everyone knows who they are.
Right. They're celebrities for the worst thing ever.
The worst thing ever. Exactly. Yeah. So I thought those kind of like undertones was very interesting to kind of see. Especially in a city like New York. I know I've said it already, but it just like, it gives it that like, oh shit, this could be like a real situation.
Oh yeah,
just because it's like the big city media.
It's very interactive with the city.
Exactly,
they do a really good job of like not just setting it in New York for just to say it's in New York. Like you very much are like doing New York stuff. With Ghostface.
Exactly, with Ghostface being around. Exactly, which again, very scary to think. And I'm like, that's scary to think.
Weirdly enough, he pays at turnstiles.
Yeah.
He'll follow that rule. He hates jumpers.
Yeah, he hates jumpers. But yeah, that's my what the fandom, and just I think people should go check it out, even if you think like, oh, another one. Nah, check it out. I think it stands on its own, outside of the other ones. So
great recommendation.
Yeah. And if you're a horror fan, like you're gonna check. I mean, like all of those horror movies are like franchised like to death, and they're all a blast in some respect.
Exactly. That's why I think this one was like, it was done really well. It looked good. I think the pacing was fine. It was again some questionable moments, but I think that's all the time in any movie.
If you've got excited enough creatives behind it, it's the kind of franchise that could go forever because of the subject matter.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was fun. It was definitely very, very fun.
Cool.
Well, Ricky, it was so fun having you on.
Thank you,
guys. An absolute pleasure. Is there anything briefly before we let you go, like you want to like tell anybody to find you or like socials or anything?
Yeah. Just on socials, I'm Yo Rick, which is YOYOO Rick RICK. And you could catch up with us on my YouTube page. I'm gonna have a couple announcements soon for some projects that I'm involved with. And yeah, man, just if you got an idea and you got a budget, let's make it happen. That's it.
This is the guy. You guys definitely want to work with him. He's got mad skills as a writer, director, producer. He's got it all.
Thank you, Khalid, man. Likewise, man. This guy too over here, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming on. This was such a fun discussion. And yeah, thank you everybody for listening along. We will catch you on the next episode. And until then, creep it easy.